Hello, guys. Have you ever wondered how I got here? My name is Lilith Edelweiss. I'm a drag queen, and today I will transform myself into a drag queen, of course. But this time is very special because I will share my personal story while I put my makeup on. So stick around for the full video and let's dive into it. Hello, guys. The first thing I will do now is I will put my wig cap on. I remember that when I put my first wig cap on a couple of years ago, it took me into the drag fantasy right away. And I want you guys to get the same feeling when you put it on, because now you are a drag queen. No one can take this away from you. Hello, guys. I will cover my eyebrows now. This is a very delicate process. It took me a long time to figure out how I want to do it myself. And the most important thing is that you find your own process because I tried telling someone how to do it, but that someone was like, listen up, I don't like it when you tell me what to do. And that's why I only share things, but I don't tell you guys that you have to do it this way because it made a relationship crumble in the past. I finished putting the glue stick into my eyebrows. So the next step will involve me getting these dry, and you can either wait for it to get dry, but I'm going to use a hair dryer. Hello guys, I'm back. As you can see, I dried my eyebrows with a hair dryer. It's a funny story as well. I remember that when I wanted to show the individual how to put makeup on, there was no gratitude. They even published a whole makeup tutorial video in detail to that individual. I call this individual drag daughter, but eventually we all have to live our life the way we want to live it, and sometimes it doesn't work out between people. The next thing I will do is I will put some color correction on my face because otherwise you're gonna see my beard. There we are. It's orangey, it's perfect for concealing your beard area. Yep. I remembered that I had another drag name before I became Lilith Edelweiss, and that drag name was Electra Edwards. Um, I really loved Alyssa Edwards, and that's how that whole name came to be. And what I can say is that name went into oblivion because the ungrateful person started a smear campaign, and I had to become someone else. As you can see, I just blended it in with a beauty blender, and it's important to blend it in because we are dealing with Kryolan products and they are special. Next thing I will do is I will put powder into my eyebrows and on top of my orange paste. About the powder that I will use now, I will use um, Manhattan Soft Matte Loose Powder. This one does the job for me, and I don't think you have to over invest. The ungrateful individual was also my drag daughter when I was was Electra Edwards. Sorry, I keep confusing it. And I really cared for this individual, and I mean, it was my child, wasn't it? But there was gratitude missing. There was literally love missing, if you know what I mean. Like, I was giving too much. And at one point, I realized that I was being also manipulated into doubting myself. And eventually, I let it get the better of me, if I have to put it like that. And yep, that happened before I changed my name. I lost in a way with my whole identity, and I had to cut ties with the individual because that individual was seeking constant attention, and I was done doing that. I was still Electra when I left that individual with this little group of monkey eating banana breads. As you can see, I have finished covering everything up in a way. I just put the powder away. Next thing I will do is I will put my foundation on. This one's also from Kryolan. It's full W. Funny story. I tried to let my former drag daughter know that you have to invest in these products because you're doing drag and you need to. I mean, you need to wear certain products so you can get the end result perfectly clear. But apparently that wasn't really appreciated. So cuckoo bananas with it. Hello guys, I just put my foundation on. What I will do now is I will shape my contour and I will do the highlighter. What I will do first is I will do my highlighter first. The most important thing in life is that you have the ability to grow, and reflecting back, that was missing from someone ungrateful from the past. And what I can say is life goes on. And I remember that when I was dealing with all the defamation stuff in the beginning, I wasn't realizing it. And I remembered that I had encountered certain fake accounts, ta 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 ta, and that I encountered weird stuff. And it's all but a blur, but I think that's just a sign that you are healing from that. And, anyways, I also remember that I took the decision to um, re evolve myself, and I got into spirituality, and that's where I found Lilith. And that's when I became her. Because That's drag for me. Depends on how you want to do your face. I'm going to put my contour on now. Yeah, you see, when I became Lilith, I knew that I had to change my makeup a bit. That's when I changed my makeup, adapted it to my new self, and honestly speaking, I was feeling rage because everyone ignored what I was telling them. Everyone ignored what I was trying to say. They were all like, the ungrateful person is so great, la 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 la. And I decided to write articles. And I was very honest with my articles and I told the truth, and they didn't like it. And then I noticed that I was being copied in a way, and I didn't like it. So what I had to do was I had to act because I didn't have friends back then that were understanding of it. So I had to do something to hmm make my name clear, to clear things out. But apparently, because they are so impressed by this individual, they were all believing him, and I became a victim of cancel culture. I'm telling you the way it is. Because if you're opening your mouth about certain people, trust me, darling, they can cancel you anytime. Now it's time to move to my eyebrows. Now it's time for me to use the product of choice. I'm going to use this from NYX. It's the Tame and Frame one. You see, I didn't realize I was a victim of cancel culture until the time where I was like, listen up, I have to confront you. We need to talk, but that person did not want to talk. The ungrateful one didn't want to talk because ungrateful person already had a career, and ungrateful person didn't require me any longer. So when I tried to go to the little pride event that he organized, I was denied access because apparently I'm a dangerous individual for telling the truth and ta 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 ta. And I mean, they believed what he was saying, and were not doubting him at all. So, what I can say is that's the way it is. So, when I realized that I had to do something because I was denied entry, I took the wig that represented my former drag self and I dropped it in front of the individual. The funny thing here is he took the wig and he thought he could walk around as without wig because hmm. But you can't change it now, can you? So guys, I'm going to correct my eyebrows now with the TV paint stick. Back to the story. So I went. I had a coffee with a friend. Because I was being denied access to a pride event that he organized, and I remembered that the year after this, because I really tried to reconcile, but if you're being ignored by someone that is so ungrateful and can be a pain in the ass, they will get the reaction out of you that they want, and that's when you lose track of who you are, and you give them the reason why the cancel culture is legit. Perfect. I mean, getting cancelled by your former drag daughter, it's reflecting back on it now, it's kind of a funny story because you have to take it with humor. I knew that it all started out of jealousy, why he became the way he was and why it escalated. It was all jealousy. Because some people they can grow and some people they can't grow and they get very jealous because of that. So I will powder my face now to set it. I'm gonna use that one to powder my face. After the Pride event where I was being denied, um, I almost quit drag after it, and after I quit it the first place because of the smear campaign, and I began the whole drag thing really again when I think it was January 20 2024, because I remember that 23 I wasn't going out, and I remember that I got out and or I got into drag in January 24, but I did it monthly on a monthly basis, and then I met my best friend, the one I call my best friend now, and he got me into the LGBTQ community again because he had similar experiences with the ungrateful one. And turned out that I was indeed welcomed in the community, that it was all that little Brett playing King Kong. You see, my friend, he was also affected by that person's smear campaign because I already knew that I was somehow the bad one, somehow the one that would vote for the Tory party, made up stuff that wasn't real. But they told naughty things about him that weren't true, and that affected um, his life as well. Like he was planning on getting people in the community together, but there weren't people coming really, and it was most certainly due to King Kong playing King Kong. You know, the ungrateful one from previously. So I found this lovely group, and I remembered that I felt love again and that I felt appreciated, and I had a place in the community again. And it was great. So I joined them in March, I think, and I'm very grateful that I got the chance to get reintroduced into a community and not being part of cancel culture any longer. Because Lilith Edelweiss was already the dangerous one, according to someone that thinks he is a local politician, when in reality he's Google Bananas. So what I will do now is I will start with my eye makeup, and before I do it I have to put powder right here because of fallout. I want to sculpt my eyes. That's why I'm using my contour stick. I remembered that I think it was in May where I told him, or was it April? I told him, listen up, my name is Little the Edelweiss and Drag, and he was like, oh, it's you, and ta ta ta. And it turned out the ungrateful one because my friend was part of his organizing team for another Pride event in 23. Um, I remember that he showed a picture of me, the ungrateful one, and he was trying to play 2022, where he got me denied access to his Pride event because it was his Pride event. Guys, you need to watch, I think it's, Problem Child. Similar situation. Little Brett's like, it's my party, ta 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 ta. So, funny thing about, I think it happened after that. So, we tried to get ourselves into the Pride event, another local one, a different one, because we have more local towns. And we also had a new organization. I wanted to organize the Pride event, and what I can say is that they were offering us a place there, and they were playing nice. So everything was great then, and I thought, okay, we all have forgotten about Little Brad because that one's living elsewhere in Berlin. And as we progressed further, I remember that the Pride event, I wasn't denied access, and everyone was apparently happy with everything. And I remember that I think it was after the Pride event because the lady from the organization was like, "You can come to me anytime you want if you have anything to tell me." Ta 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 ta. When I had something to tell her, she wasn't reacting. And I remembered going forward into July or August, Little Pratt was playing with an Instagram account of a political activist, I think exactly, and it turned out went awfully wrong because he was meddling with the account, blocking my friend and others, and making drama, ta ta ta. So we figured out it was him, we had proof, and we contacted the lady from the organization. And she didn't want to listen. She defended that individual, and weeks after that, I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I painted a story. By the way, the Pride event gave me no stage, I was only present. Now it's time to do something very unique, and I'm gonna give it a try for the first time. Because I'm going for something bold, I'm gonna give it a try. So when we tried to confront the lady from the organization, or tried to talk to her, she was always protecting the individual. We're like, something's fishy. And I think it was October this year when you see we were planning an event, and I'm saying it as it is. Um, she was meddling with our affairs, and whew, she did a number on us. And so she wanted to invite us for a pizza, and we were like, "Wow, this is so exciting!" And we can guess how the pizza event ended up in. So for the eyes, I'm gonna go with the Miss Fame Beauty palette, and I'm gonna choose that one here. Let's go bonkers with your makeup. So the pizza event turned out to be a confrontational speech where she accused us, friend of and my friend, the friend and me of being toxic. Not right. Ta 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 ta, and didn't make any sense. But I knew that someone was meddling with the affairs. I knew that she was mad because we were not allowing the individual from Berlin a stage to show that individual that we only allow him on the stage when we have a talk with him. But apparently, didn't like the idea, and he opened his mouth. And so the lady was trying to steal the event away from us, and that's when everything turned out mad because she was putting us under pressure, and that was not okay. And eventually, we cut ties with her, and we're happy now. And that little brat, well, the next event will not allow this individual stage, and I think that's karma at its best. And these people, they deserve it. They need to know that they are not the center of the universe and can do everything they want to do with their friends. And anyways, so what I find most amusing about certain people is that at the end of the day they will always show their true colors, and what you can do is really nothing. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's something that really made me pursue what I'm doing now. Think putting makeup on like this, it allows people to get inspired. And do not waste away your gift. I started doing the makeup tutorials because I was like, I want to show people what I'm capable of. And I also want to show people what they're capable of. And I think everyone's capable of anything. The minute you doubt yourself, listen, I've been there. You're losing track of who you are. You give power to those that want to destroy you because they are probably jealous of you. It's time for us to fix the eye makeup a bit. Because the fallout was huge, I'm gonna protect the area again. So now it's time to play with a highlighter, and I will be using, I think this is from BH Cosmetics. Yeah, it's from BH Cosmetics, and I will be using that one. Or maybe that one. Possibly that one here. Because we create a definition with white and dark. Now it's time for me to use the eyeliner. And it's time for me to use my favorite one. The next one. There we are. You don't need to overdo your eyeliner. It depends on your personal preference. And learning from past mistakes, it's to figure out what you want to do and stick to it. Do not waste it on others. Remember, it's not about symmetry. For the darkness, I'm gonna stick to the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And I will correct definition in a way. Now, to create the last definition, I'm going back with the Miss Fame Beauty palette. I'm gonna get some black. But because we have to be careful, we need to use a precise pencil for it. Yep, something like that. No. I'm going in a blender to blend it in a way. Same for the other eye. I remember that I watched a video, I think it was from Trix Mattel, and she mentioned, I think it was her and Katya, and they were talking about jealousy in the drag community, and I think it's a real killer because we have all so different, and once you get jealous in that community, it will, well, you can think of the rest. Cancel culture is real. Hello, I've just finished my eye makeup. Now it's time to move to my lips. I will use a Stay Matte liquid lip color from Manhattan. think it's enough for what we're trying to do. As I said, you don't have to overly invest into these products. Another funny story or an anecdote. I remember that I was being played the whole time by the ungrateful one, and you don't realize stuff like that until it's too late. And these people are very small when they want to get something, and that's why I think jealousy kills the drag community. It's time for me to do the contouring now. The level of jealousy someone with narcissism has, you don't want to know it. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So I've done the contouring now. The next thing I will do is the highlighter. Another one. Because it's drag, you can go bonkers. You see, with narcissists in general, they are unable to grow. And as you grow and grow, they grow more inwardly and they become distasteful. And they hate anyone really that has an it factor because they lack the it factor. They will always try to destroy these people, and they get this done with, well, ugly things. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, as I said. So, by the way, Anastasia Beverly Hills does all the magic for you when it comes to highlighting and contouring. So I finished my highlighting area as well. So the next thing I will do, I'm gonna get to my eyebrows, and it's a surprise what I'm gonna use. Hmm. What I can recommend is that one, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Very precise to do your eyebrows. So they don't have to be symmetric, and because you're someone that can probably grow, um, you learn from past mistakes, and this makes you a wonder to be reckoned with. Now we'll go back into the highlighter because I want to create a special effect with my eyebrows. To go on with the blush, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. back to the story of mine. I think it might help others to understand that even though there's darkness at the end of the tunnel, there's always hope. And never lose the hope, darling. That's why I'm using the unicorn tribe. Now it's time to blend it in. You can use more, it depends on what you want to achieve. Hello guys, I just put my setting spray on, the Stage Proof Matte setting spray from Kim J. It's really good. Because we're nearly at the end, you can never really understand certain types of people. But what makes your story unique is your story. And I remember that I also sold stuff that I paid money for in drag. Um, I sold it to that ungrateful drag daughter, parent one, for about €50. And when there was a confrontation at the end of the relationship because I spoke my truth, that one didn't like it and became ta 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 ta. So, because we are at the end, it's time for you all to get excited for the final drag look. Hello guys, this is my final look. I hope you like it or even love it. I love it, and I wanted to take this time to tell you more about this wig. This is a wig that I got from Wigs by Vanity. Wigs by Vanity, these wigs, they are absolutely stunning. These are my favorites because you can wear them the way you want to wear. And the way they glide on your shoulders, it's fabulous. So, until next time, I would appreciate you to give me some feedback. You can ask me as many questions as you want. I would appreciate you to comment on my videos, to like them, and to subscribe them as well. And my last question for the day for you all is, what do you think is drag for you? I want to hear your personal perspective on it. All right. Until next time, bye bye.